fair trade. We get some bourbon up here. I mean, the good shit.
Yeah, we would, yeah.
Yep.
You throw bourbon or something our way, we'd look the other way in many maple syrup crimes committed by the American people, I'm sure.
Just, barter and trade. That's how it works.
There you go.
So I'm going to drop some. I'm going to drop some before and after pics of a renovation for my fraternity that I've been managing. Since I know you guys know some construction stuff into chat.
I think you're true.
Since this battle progressed. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another lopsided but informative about political statute and other things that will be dated probably by the time you listen to this episode of this podcast. I am GM Jeff Ball, your host. We are playing Pathfinder's Revised, at least on the player side, as much as we can, edition for 2nd edition Pathfinder and the original first released Age of Ashes campaign, which is, supposedly one of the best. We finally got out of book 2, which was like 95 episodes long. And here we are in and around, I want to say episode 30-ish for Age of Ashes. Starting up a brand new year. You guys are not even a third of the way through this book. We are rapidly approaching chapter 2, which puts us at what level? And I don't mean the level you want to be. I mean the level that you are actually currently at.
We're 9th.
Yes, that's right. And there you go.
Going
Doug.
on 12th.
That was recorded. Yeah, one fine day. That is legit and recorded. When last we left our party, you guys were in the middle of a boss fight and doing quite well. I mean, there is a certain halfling, who I won't name, running around. Because if I say his name 3 times, he becomes real. And he killed like 2 of my drakes, like they were nothing. Fire-breathing little dragon pets, like they were nothing. And that leaves a single boss. And I gotta say, single boss fights are this party's strength. Because unless the single boss can swallow a Joe Cleric whole, you guys have a paladin that can nerf damage. You have a druid monk, not currently on the board, that has incredibly long range and devastating attacks. You have a sorcerer that, even though he's down to his only cantrip, still seems to be holding his own. And the list goes on. Currently, One-Eyed Amnon, the slave pirate captain leader, whose boat that we sort of upsided, and emptied of slaves, don't tell him, he'd get very upset, is standing alone outside the smokehouse in the center of town. Part of the town is rubble. Part of the town still burns. Could really use a fire brigade after this. And he is standing his ground toe-to-toe against the one and only orc champion Glug Glug. Now, I am going to ask Doug to invoke his deity's name more than once an episode, because I keep forgetting. So I just need that name recognition so I can remember who you worship. It has nothing to do with role playing, nothing for me withholding your divine powers, because I don't feel you're giving enough lip service. It's just for Jeff's own memory, so I get people's names right. I've already danced around.
Appreciates me. Kirkus appreciates me.
I already danced around Drew's name a couple times. Kurgus, Karam, they all sound the same.
They do. They really, really do.
So you're welcome to pray to Karam. That's fine. I can't help. You're welcome to.
Not to derail.
I don't know.
The podcast.
I would think that would be good. You pray to Karam, and this arrow comes from off frame and solves your problem by killing your enemy, and you're like, wow, you're my new deity. That worked much faster than the old focus point method. All right. Without further ado, running some epic battle music. One-Eyed Adam stands toe-to-toe in a corner town wielding a great club, in which I believe I should target this dude right in front of me. He looks threatening. How tall is Glug Glug, the orc champion, by the way?
Oh, I'm thinking 6'5". I might
you're
have
a big
it written
dude.
down.
You're a big dude. This guy's like a solid 6'1", 6'2". Like, you know, he's a beefy dude. There's no there's not some wishy-washy pirate captain currently working for Disney. This is not. Hey, don't get me wrong. I love Jude Law, and he's playing the soft on the kids pirate Captain Silvo.
I think he's a youngling that survived.
Do you know how long it took me to put together Captain Silvo, Captain Long John Silver, Treasure Island? And I was the one saying this is reverse treasure. Yeah, so ashamed. And SM33? Any guesses? Mr. Shmee? Yeah, Shmee. SM33. I put that together today and I was just like, oh, damn. Staring you right in the face. Anyway. Well, best of luck, players and Orc, because here comes my great club. And with a 19, hitting you with a 41. Batter up, swing, 41 crit hit. Unless I'm not going to start celebrating because he always has some kind of weird reaction to screw up my.
I'll just take this one.
Really? You sure?
Yeah. Because I don't think I can glance for damage to myself. Not that would make any sense. It would be for an ally anyway. Okay. And I don't think I have it doesn't look like I have my shield raised by.
Oh my God. Would you look at that damage? Horseshoes, 12 points?
I don't.
I crit this guy for 4d10 plus 1 and I get 12 measly points?
The ones that are on there.
I got like 3 on d10s and a 1. That's terrible.
Now I'll decide. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to.
Wait! I have a reaction ability if you roll a 3.
Yeah, but don't waste it on the 12. Suck up damage when you get 50 points of damage on your noggin, right? Anyway,
it depends on the shield because I don't want the shield to die on me. So, no, it's not raised. I'm good.
I need to compare the strike to your fortitude save at 10 DC because it is
29.
Damage 2d10 bludgeoning
plus I am an
knockdown.
Okay, I am also iron-willed, so if I succeed in a fortitude save, I critically succeed. So I don't know whether that matters. But my fortitude is a plus 19.
41, so that would be 29.
Correct.
So I do actually knock you down. I feel I have erred. Pretty sure I used the attack roll. Knockdown puts you prone for our friend the orc. And then back up to you.
He gets knocked down, but he gets up again.
Not yet, not my turn. While you're down there, I'm going to kick you. I have a kick attack. At secondary attack penalties, though it's an agile move, so it's not so harsh. I kick you while you're down. Metaphorically and physically. 33. Whoosh! Right in the ribs. Doing 1d8 plus 11 bludgeoning for another 17 points of damage to Mr. Glug Glug.
You should put the club down.
Okay.
He's doing more damage with his legs.
I have noticed this.
Dude does not skip squat day. That's all I'm saying.
Every day's leg day on pirate, slave pirate ship island. Yeah, no shit. All right. However, with my special ability that does not cost an action called Batter the Fallen, Ammon's kick strikes deal an additional 2d6 of extra damage to prone creatures.
Was that not why it was a 17, perhaps?
No, it's 17 plus an additional 2d6.
Oh, so okay.
So I can kick people for 1d8 plus 11.
I'm just wondering whether, since I'm already prone when it's doing it, whether or not it was automatically doing it in the auto.
Oh, no. See the d8 plus 11?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
That's not detail we see.
Right. Anyway, I got to hit you up for another 10 to 71 wounds. Because if I drop you and you're prone, well, anybody that's prone, I can walk around the field and kick people when they're down. Apparently it does an extra 2 with my extra spiky boots. So a total of 27 from the kick, not just 17, an additional 10. And for my third action, called Pummeling Fury. When Ammon makes a great club strike, which I have, and a kick strike, which I did, if both hit the same creature, I can combine their damages for purpose of resistance and weakness. So if you had any kind of DR or whatever, it would have been like one massive 50, 60.
Right.
No extra damage, but kind of cool.
Right, but if I had, I mean, probably not my shield, but anything else it would have overcome.
But that does cost an action. So that's what I'm throwing down. He's just trying to see if he can get through any actions. And that's probably the end of me, because now it's like everybody else is going a row. Starting with Muros. Yes. Andreas Stoutbeard, a dwarven cleric of Bry, goddess of invention, has been teleported here due to a mana storm currently happening in Alkenstar, miles away, and somehow has warped and tapped into our broken portal magic and dropped an extra dwarf on the field. Your own cousin, a certain Oakenheart, who loves falling down holes, took your place on the roof. And now he's disappeared, and as our new dwarven friend, who actually has some very cool spells, blessing cogs and things, suddenly warps away, you find yourself on the ground, discombobulated, and not sure what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm
a frog?
Make you big. Yeah, you were a frog when you left. You're a frog when you come back.
Hooray! Am I
just gotta make you bigger. Yeah.
Make my minion grow!
There you go. One action to port in. Since I moved you, all I can say is that Al is right in front of you.
Ribbit.
And there's battle happening behind you. What do you want to do?
Wait, I got frog eyes. I do that thing where they like look around, like that whole 180.
Give me perception in the tower.
Much obliged. Perception. Go.
So now that you're huge, you take up a 3x3 square, right?
That's right.
Big froggy. All right.
Big froggy.
Your combat training mind, even though you took a moment to teleport in and took a moment to take in your surroundings with your eyes, your brain puts the puzzle pieces back and almost replays the last round with One-Eyed Ammon and Glug Glug. There are no drakes in the vicinity, and probably aren't, because in front of you next to Al is the halfling who's not looking to snipe anything. So likely, no drakes to worry about. And Glug Glug is standing up to our only opponent. No, he's not. He's actually down on the ground having the boots put to him. That's not good.
I'm still standing up. While prone.
He's bent over in a possible neo angle.
I don't care. I'm standing up to him, no matter how prone I am.
Oh,
his orientation just
the
shifted.
ego. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100%. Gross only ever sees him Glug Glug as an upright position. It doesn't matter. He could be sleeping and like
horizontal to the ground, but not backing down. Is Glug Glug, the tenacious orc champion. Muros, with your final action, what do you want to do?
My final action. So one was a port in, one was to find out what the hell is going on.
One is a delay. Well, the fact that we can variety bag party members in and out is a huge advantage to the party. So, yeah.
Savvy. All right, cool. I'm just going to give him the good old huge frog jaw. Arr.
Okay. you've got 10 foot, 15 foot. I know you got 15 foot with the tongue.
He's got like 30 foot reach.
I got 30. I got 35 with the tongue. I got 15 with my jaws.
Okay. There we go. Got your face in the right way. All right. We'll target.
I want to break me off a piece of that Kit Kat.
There you go. How about me?
How about you? Munch. 28 to hit.
I have him targeted, but it didn't say you actually hit him. That's a miss.
Boom.
Close, but a miss.
Good to know. Munch. Miss. Ribbit. And when my tongue comes out, licks the one eye I perceived him with.
Clear the lens. Readjust your distance parameters.
Yep.
Which brings us to Mr. Fraser Niles, who currently is not on the board, which brings us to Glug Glug.
All right. With my unfamiliarity, what are the impacts for me fighting from a prone position versus spending action economy to stand up?
What are the penalties while prone?
Yeah.
Let's ask the Archives of Nethys, gentlemen.
Breakdance fighting rules.
Your opponent gets a bonus to hit you with melee strikes. I don't think you suffer a detriment.
I don't think you're actually like off guard or flat-footed or anything anymore. You can roll
Prone,
around.
you're lying on the ground. You are off guard and take a -2 circumstance
you're both.
penalty to your attack rolls.
Oh, to your attack
The only
rolls.
Move actions you can use are crawl and stand. You can.
Why are you asking me if you know all this so fast?
Well, because you told me to look it up. I just thought I'd ask the question, and since you threw it back in my face, I was
no.
being up really quickly on the internet.
I was
I know. He actually asked the GM instead of telling the GM, and here I am going, I don't know. Look it up. I'm tired. It's been a long day at work, man.
All good. And does standing up provoke an attack of opportunity? It does.
But with the new rules, the guy has to have an attack of opportunity option, hardly
not
anybody
everything
has.
has. But a boss, I might assume that a boss might.
I will say you haven't seen him use it, anything like that yet, but he hasn't really closed on you guys till now.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and lay hands on myself, which is a thing that I can do.
Okay.
And
Is that a manipulate action?
It's a touching self action.
it's a touching self, so it's.
Yeah,
not
I know you're all about that, Ryan, but I just
It is
I licked my own goddamn eyeball.
range touch, casting somatic. It does not say anything about it being manipulate when I look at the action itself. It's a spell.
You were worried about attacks of opportunity.
Yeah,
and
no.
manipulate actions do
I've
trigger
done
them.
it in melee many times before to this point. So if it needs to, we can change it.
Really? I've never seen you lick your eyeball in. Okay.
That's how I do it for myself.
All right.
Did you say it was somatic?
Yes.
That automatically makes it a manipulate trait.
Manipulate action.
Okay.
I thought you needed. Actually, sorry to interrupt, Drew, but I thought it was material that made it manipulate because you have to manipulate an object. Or does it say? We're still learning the revised rules, ladies and gentlemen.
Somatic
so
is doing signs.
Yeah, but if you manipulate something, they usually mean manipulate an object. Not just go, toodles, you're fucked.
I assume that semantic was the touch itself.
Drew, you're reading this straight off the board, though?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
I'll allow it.
I have done that. So I may have opened myself to an attack of opportunity.
I'm not going to tell you. Maybe I have attack of opportunities. Maybe I want to kick you again, but I'm so distracted by the giant frog that just appeared next to me.
All good. So he has not chosen to attack me in response to me healing myself for 30 hit points.
I do not want to get into that dog pile.
All right.
You've given yourself those 30, looks like?
I have done so. Yep. And
Okay. Now what?
I'm going to now target. I'm going to go ahead and stand up.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, I think I have him targeted. I do. And I'm going to attack him.
Wait. I'm gonna take
javelin.
I gotta take the off guard and the prone, and I have you fatigued.
That's probably true. I forget what I got. Yeah, I got fatigued from something else.
Yeah.
You threw that at me earlier.
Forbidding Ward. Are you still sustaining that?
I don't know what the Forbidding Ward is. It was not put on me by me. It was put by an ally.
Right. And the ally literally just left the field, so that's coming off. Heroism.
I don't know who put heroism on us.
Also, buddy just left the field. And the blessing also has just left. That's fine. You're good.
Are you done?
I just want to make sure that you take off all those bonuses before you start swinging.
That's quite all right. Anything else you'd like to? I'm just giving you shit.
You guys are pretty quick going. Take those penalties off me, Jeff.
Hey, look, I just took 70 hit points of damage. Cut me a little slack, bro.
70? No, you did not. 30. 70.
It was 12 plus 17 plus 10. So, all right. Yeah. So, gonna attack with my javelin.
Flesh wound.
9 is going to miss. I'm going to spend a hero point and reroll that.
Hero point. Does he get a card?
Yeah, we'll say they reset. That's fine.
Yep. And I miss. I rolled a 6. So all my excitement.
And then
that's 3.
Okay. Al of the many cantrips. Elbrick Stonechucker. If that is your name
Al
today.
of the only cantrips. That's my fan service site. I will take a step.
Sorry. Instead of OnlyFans, it's only cantrips.
Only
cantrips. It's all these sexy shots of like you sticking your feet and hands in and just casting little spells.
It's all hand and feet stuff.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's only cantrips.
To give myself a clear line.
Oh, damn. That is too funny.
Only cantrips.
Only cantrips.
See what these first level mages will do for gold.
I know. Yeah.
Carry me.
I'm afraid to look over at chat now.
Don't be afraid.
I'm gonna just go with the one that I don't actually have to attack. He just has to save. I'm gonna go that route.
Dude,
I think.
My brother's in chat right now. That's why. Our audience is my older brother.
So I cast Frostbite upon him. He succeeded. He takes half damage. Should automatically do that, right? Yep, there you go. 10 points of damage.
Yeah, and that's damage 5. So. Okay. Oh, it's a little chilly. All right. Vicar Niles not on the board. Andreas Stoutbeard is not on the board. I'm actually going. Which brings us to Karam. So, alongside the building, about 10 feet away from the magical Muros and friends, who's kind of center board now, you have a straight 30-foot line. Actually, no, I guess you don't. Because technically, Muros takes up those squares. There's a giant frog in the way of your shooting, lad. What do you want
to do? Look at the giant frog that's in front of you.
There.
But don't look at it if it makes you feel weird.
What do you want to do, Karam?
Let's see. I'm actually prone because I think last time I crawled away from him. So I think I'll stand up.
Okay.
And then I will use device stratagem and try to shoot him, taking a penalty.
Okay. I have taken prone off of your sheet here.
Okay. And it's a -1 to shoot through Muros, right?
Oh, no. Well, yeah, like he's... allies give like a +1 shield bonus, but that's a medium-sized creature. A giant one might actually be bigger. You might actually want to move.
But I lose all my good stuff.
I think the shield bonus is dependent on size. You know what I mean? Like, 1 square blocked by a buddy, it's +1 shield bonus to me. There's 3 whole squares in a row, so it might actually be like a +3 to me.
Mm-hmm.
That silent sign you hear is everyone checking the net to figure it out. But what would you like to do? Let's talk about what you want to do, and then these guys will fact check for me.
Well, I want to hit him. But it does depend if I can use my device stratagem or not. Because it gives me a +1 to hit.
Yeah,
a lot more damage.
Get up, use your device, and then, we can always take back or add a hit if the dice don't. We have to make slight corrections. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I put a -1 in for now. And we'll do a shot. Oh, with a 26 miss. So either way, it doesn't matter. And then for my last action, because I won't actually shoot him, I will now move. 10, 15, 20, 20. So I'll move just to the north of MalBurg.
So you did not want to use device stratagem?
Well, I used device stratagem, but then I don't have to actually shoot the arrow.
Okay, so shooting through creatures. If the size is 2 categories larger, it provides standard instead of lesser cover, which is a
2.
Yeah, +2 bonus to his AC.
He's like 4. He's a small dude. Medium, large, huge. It's like 4. Is there anything else?
Does it say anything about going up more than... No, it just says 2 or more sizes larger. Yeah, so it's still just standard.
So it's just 2 instead of 1? That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. They want to put a penalty, but they don't want to ruin your day. That's fine. I'm cool with that. Okay. So you're better off doing exactly what you did anyway. And unfortunately, even if I took another 1 for the full 2 off your hit, dropping you 25, still clean miss. So 1, 2, 3 actions. That is you done, Karen?
Yes.
Okay. Bringing us to round 14. Embarrassing, gentlemen.
This is a fight.
You guys even have rotating pitch-hitting clerics, and it's still... All right. What to do.
I guess that just goes to show how effective I really am when I've got my spells. Sorry, guys. I dropped the ball. I should have made you wait 8 hours between fights.
Would have been a better battlefield, just completely open.
Let's take a long rest right now.
You just want to, time out.
Like in Princess Bride, yeah. Let me know when you're ready. No rush. Okay.
Wait! I could cross your head right now. Fair point.
There's something I haven't told you. I'm not left-handed.
Fighting one individual is much different than fighting a group.
I don't think that word means what you think it means.
Inconceivable!
You wiggle your little finger. That's good. He's just mostly dead.
So he's swinging at our orc again, by the way. Thank you for the backdrop of entertainment. But
Sweet. Wow, that was a big hit.
For
22.
38 to hit you.
Right.
And they threw on 2d6. Suddenly. $22 to Glug Glug.
Okay.
38. With a 29 to resist fortitude, down you go again, I'm afraid.
Okay.
You know the old saying, ain't broke, don't it. Going to... all the little things, the prone thing and the off guard thing, and maybe a couple of random ones.
Prone might
make me feel...
automatically apply off guard to me, but
All the
anyway.
prone things, prone brings, prone seems.
Now I'm gonna kick you. Okay. How I roll. With 30. Hits you, sir. He does 1d8 plus 11, 17. Kaboot! And because I knocked you down, and because I hit you with a kick, there comes an additional 2d6 for my extra toe damage for another 5 points. So glug glug at 80, and you put that 5 on there for me?
No, I'm at 67, but I'll take 5 more off. Yes. I have 80 wounds, is what you were saying.
Yeah, well, see, it won't let me. Fantasy Grounds won't let me adjust your hit points. It only lets me adjust your wounds. It only lets me adjust your wounds going up, not hit points coming down. So I'm always talking in wounds. And for my final action, I'm going to take a step. For a precedent, I don't think if a guy was prone, I would let you guys cut the corner over him to take a diagonal step, so I will not allow an opponent to do that. So he's taking the long way around our orc, which brings us to Muros' turn. Miro, what you want to do?
It's Nomen time. I will take my first nummels. Oh, wait, flurry of nummels. It's been so long.
Been so long since you chewed your food. You don't need
It is.
teeth. You just got like a bony gum, like frogs have. Like what exactly?
It's kind of horrendous when you think about it.
Yeah, it's cartilage, and then they have teeth, but they're like really, really, really fine. Hundreds of them, and they're designed to like pull things in and not let them out. So they're like,
Yep.
Yeah, like if like they're the same as fish. Nasty.
Obviously, Matt examined his toad before just licking him like the rest of us. Okay.
I have a little bit of frog handling experience. I'm not gonna lie. I have been. I have had a couple bullfrogs attempt to consume me. They are very ambitious. I'll just say that, because as you can probably guess, I am hundreds of times the size of them.
But they gave 0 Fs.
0 Fs. Yep. Yep. A couple
So
times
Heroes.
that day, I've had a bullfrog leap out of the water to
Oh my god.
bite my hand.
Oh my god. I'm gonna throw a hero point at that to just redo that entire thing.
Euros is not used to missing.
Since you
Come
rolled
on,
a 2.
my AC. My
Just so
AC's
the
only.
audience knows, you rolled a 2. Sorry, Ryan.
Yeah,
Just
you got a 20. You got a 23. Share the numbers in your shame. Let's go.
Yeah, there we go. I'll put a 1 in front of that. 33.
Yay! Again, like I have him targeted for you, so I really don't know why it's
It's probably because the icon doesn't match the character sheet.
maybe. Anyway, that's a hit, sir. I made it
Alright.
legit. I mean, all I gotta do is pull the number onto the mini. So
23 damage.
okay.
Again.
Boink.
Give him another noms.
Oh.
20 for a miss.
Boo.
Actually, a critical miss.
How?
Because my AC is 30. Yeah. So I'm going to cost you your third action. So as you nom, he twists his club and hits a nerve inside your jaw because he doesn't want to be swallowed whole.
Oh, I remember.
Caustic-
The Curse of Muros returns. Nothing higher than a 5.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Yep. I remember this game.
Hey, you got a 12 with that hero point, so
Yeah,
Maybe-
I did something.
maybe it was just something to jog your memory. Get
As,
back
much as
into the-
as much as I'd like you to invest in some soundproofing or something in your room, you could buy a second camera, and I will let anyone roll actual dice on camera, and we'll count those. You don't necessarily have to use our sponsor, Fantasy Ground. Check the affiliate link below if you want your
No.
players to mess around and not like just wipe out your NPCs and monsters right away. Click our affiliate link below and get a deal on any Fantasy Grounds product, and we get a little tiny, itty little commission. Like $3, but you know what? I'll take it because it lowers the price of maple syrup. So, Miros,
Mhm.
one action is
Do
a
2 attacks.
It does the Fury of Blows.
Yep.
One action to recover from the crit fail.
Yep.
Because we usually just
Yep.
cost action, leaving you final action. What do you want to do? Oh, I'm sorry.
That
No.
was 3.
No, he's
No,
not
no.
sorry.
No,
Well, you have all your actions, Ryan. You know why?
because he's
No,
going to do
because
a crit card.
I am a boss with a name.
Mm-hmm.
That means it's time to pull a boss fight. Oh yes, come on! It's been so
So you're
long. We've
pulling
put
on
so
crit
many
failures
restrictions.
and crit hits. Yeah, so crits in both direction.
Oh, that's right. I owe you a crit, don't I? Thanks, man. I forgot I owe our orc a crit. Let's start with that.
Oh, that's cool.
Momentum. Get a +2 bonus to attack rolls until the end of my next turn. It's the end of my next turn, and I hit you a bunch anyway. So there you go. Nothing terrible happened to. Nothing terrible
Hit me
happened
with
to the
every
orc.
single one of his attacks. So it,
Wait,
Yes.
I didn't roll a 1 for my critical failure.
oh, it's only a 1/1 and a crit.
Oh yeah.
20.
Yeah,
Right. That's the rules.
yeah.
It wasn't a natural.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, it's not the rules.
So
it was
take
something
back those
that I
negative
decided on. Something we decided on from all the
He
ones.
hit me anyway.
It's an intrinsical law of the universe.
Yeah.
All right.
Your weapon's current hit points are reduced to a broken threshold. It's already broken, and when it takes damage, I would have busted up your mouth.
Yeah. No.
But we'll bury
No.
that card.
So
That's okay. Considering how many 1s and 20s come out of Fantasy Grounds, I have faith.
So yeah, you
Well-
still lose one of your actions.
I
Yeah,
lose
that's
an
cool.
action.
I
And that
wish
was
you
your third action because
tried.
you hit once, you
Missed with my second flurry,
crit,
and then
it
so
was a
I
crit
missed my
miss.
second attack, which leaves me with my third action.
right, which
Which I would like to-
which you lost
Yeah.
because it was a crit miss.
No,
Yeah,
I
you
lost
still-
my second action because it was a crit miss.
Flurry of blows, it
You
only
hit-
counts as a single
Oh,
action.
Right, sorry, Doug should shut up. Sorry.
Yep, no worse. I'll debate
I'm,
left, right, and
I'm
center.
hovering mute over several windows, and it's usually Ryan I mute, not the rest of you on Ryan's turn, but this confused me, so
Dawson Fusion, ha!
that's confusing. What do you want to do?
So, would a 25 athletics potentially grab him?
No. If my AC is 30, my fortitude was probably really beefy too. I will say that my fortitude is lower than my AC. That's all I'm telling you.
I will
Yeah,
try a 25 to grab with an
And I
assurance.
can tell you that his fortitude is strong because I've been attacking it and he's been taking half damage. So
Hmm.
no meta.
I will take a step, Ribbit, towards him. I also protect my little fellow greenie. Ribbit.
I'm looking at the minis like, are you about to squish them? No, I guess there is 5 feet in there. There you go.
Ribbit.
Okay.
Angry Ribbit. Yeah.
Good call, because assurance wouldn't have hit. My thing is lower, but not that much lower. So, good call, Ryan. And now, a word from our sponsor. Have you become tired of trying to figure out Foundry? I know I have. Fantasy Grounds is far... forget it. Every time you guys knock Fantasy Grounds because they're our sponsor, I kind of feel... did I mention they're our
I
sponsor?
like the interface. I like the way it operates. I wish that whoever does the coding for the new classes was a little bit more on the ball, but they do get around to it.
The kineticist coding was a bit lopsided, yeah.
So
Shape-shifting is
but
not
what I don't
implemented.
like, and I don't think it's a Fantasy Grounds only thing, is the digital dice. They're just so mean all the
Seem to
time.
have trouble.
All the
Just
time.
And your friends. Glug, glug,
And then you'll go on a hot streak and in one night roll like 5 or 6 nat 20s. It's weird.
But it's not tonight. And unfortunately, it's never really
Oh,
Ryan.
it's tonight, Jeff. It just hasn't happened yet. Have faith.
No, I gotta say,
Are
if
the
you
cards?
dial back for all the episodes, Ryan has had the most success combat per combat, and because of dice rolls, and because of the way he built his character. So
yeah,
Yeah,
he's savage.
yeah. I choose to make characters who do not rely on good dice roll.
You have to.
maybe it's tracking that. Maybe it's trying to level you out. Maybe it's tracking going, look at the way this guy's get put together.
No, I'm tracking it.
Watching you Fantasy Grounds. Glug, glug, what do you want to do?
To say to Kyrgyz, as I start my round with an empty focus pool. I'm going to say, Kyrgyz, this fight is a little bit harder than I expected it to be. I'm going to need a little bit of extra juice to take care of things. Would you give me a force point? And with divine, with my ability for divine
patronage? Is that where we're going with this? You'd like to burn a patron point?
No. It is an ability that I have that if I, for a free action, can get a focus point from my god by calling out to Kyrgyz and asking.
Really?
Yes, if my focus pool is empty, if I start my round with an empty focus pool.
Hang on a second. So that wasn't a shameless plug to suck a patron point from our patrons. You're actually role-playing an ability to re-up your suite of focus points.
That is correct.
Well, not only am I so happy as a first time for everything, I am actually going to award you a hero point for playing what page 1 of the core book says how to play. And I'm not sure where the hero point
Here's a hero point for being a basic bitch.
For connecting A to B, yeah.
All right. So that
because your player has to step out of the comfort zone, no matter how much badgering from the GM. You know, Doug's not always comfortable doing that. This is definitely, he's got a frog ally and a guy looming, and because of his own ego, to shine light at Kyrgyz and not just let Muros the giant frog carry him every battle. Because I noticed how Doug was playing Glug Glug, where every time you guys took the sky or whatever, Muros get this upper hand because you have a cousin, Glug Glug would like try to carry his own side of the battle on his own. You know what I mean? Like I'm really digging this one role play moment where he's down literally on the ground. Not the first time, but on the second time he goes, okay, enough's enough, big guy. Just give me this little bit. Yeah. Well done, sir. So for that, I give you a hero point.
Sweet. Yeah. I will immediately use that to once again lay hands on myself once again to give myself 30 more hit points.
And then he starts touching himself in front of his gods. Oh,
Kyrgyz, I need help to rise to the occasion.
Get me up. Get me up. Lift me up. Lift me up. That's
my brother is coming over Sunday. I am so glad that my wife's taking me out to a birthday dinner, and I don't have to look him across the table in the eye, have him grinning at me, with our mother sitting beside us, and have him say, "So I watched Mom's game. Hey, Mom, I watched Jeff's game the other night." Fap.
I will then.
So did Doug just ask Kyrgyz for a handy?
He did, and I had to. And as a good DM, I had to give it to him.
You're a good DM
because he role played it.
No,
because he role played it.
Kyrgyz gave that to me.
A great big.
You're not the deity I was worshiping.
Huge arm descends from the sky with a tiny little baby hand. There you go.
How do you hold that javelin? All right.
My javelin is perfectly average size.
Everything makes sense now all of a sudden.
I will target One-Eye Amin and attack the hell out of him finally. So let's all hope for a good melee attack here.
So many jokes. Have to hold back.
So little time.
The rest of the night can fill in the last 15 minutes of the show with it.
That's probably not going to hit. Yeah, that's going to miss. But I did just get a hero point, so guess what I'm spending?
Nice.
There you go.
And so I'm going to do that one again.
Just to be clear, we don't give hero points for bad jokes and dad jokes anymore and dirty jokes. I gave him the hero point for some exceptional role play at the convenient plot moment.
Yeah, no, the dirty jokes all came from me.
Oh, yeah, they're all different.
Notice I did not receive a hero point, audience.
It's not just for the dirty jokes.
There you go.
But it's not. So I did hit with. I rolled an 18, giving me a 36 to hit.
Okay, so you shakingly get to your feet, light a smoke, chuck a javelin,
jab that javelin right through his heart. for 9 points of damage.
All right. And there you are, holding the javelin with 180 hit point less, one-eyed Admin impaled on the other side of it. And out of spite, he reaches up and grabs your forearm and crushes your fingers against the javelin and pulls you forward as the wound deepens, completely dooming himself. As the tip of the javelin, the shaft becomes thicker as the elongated length of it penetrates this man. He looks you and he makes eye contact the whole time.
You should have surrendered.
And then the lights go out in his eyes without a word in retort. After Glug Glug finally gets in his tagline. And sir, for that, I will give you another hero point. Because that was awesome.
What is this, your birthday, Doug?
No, it's not my birthday.
It was my birthday yesterday, so I'm just handing them out.
It's true, it's true. And happy birthday, Jeff, by the way.
Thank you. Next week, Doug, I expect some force points, by the way.
It's a quid pro quo system.
That's
so
what
get on the Patreon and
digging for favoritism.
and one,
I'm cool with that.
and one-eyed Ammon slides off the end of your javelin to the ground.
No, I push
And
him.
Albrecht Stone Chugger drops to his ass, reaches into his cloak, pulls out his flask, and takes a drink, and says, "Lads, I need a break. I'm so tired. Feels like I've been doing this for days. I'm spent." And he just leans against the broken building behind him.
So tempted to give you a point for that, too. Just for the wording.
Well, Milros does a little happy frog dance, and then he gobbles up the dead body. Oh, no.
First.
Search it first, you twat.
You see happy frog feet.
Oh, no. This is a filter.
Now
Like,
we gotta wait
he's-
for it to pass.
He eats all the items, but he only shats out masterwork or better quality.
It's like
It's
an
a-
owl. Comes out in pellets, right?
It's the great
Here's
filter.
some coal. Here's some
Yep.
coal.
Yeah. Only magical items and stuff come out the other end of Miros.
Plus ones and graders are only the thing that make it through this digestive
You
tract.
don't have to worry about the body. These dudes,
You just get
there's
some old
nice-
rusty weapons and feed them in
Yeah.
the one front end.
Don't worry, anything 100 gold and under does not make it through this digestive tract.
He's halfway swallowing them. You want to save the guy boots? He's got some killer boots, I'm telling you.
I will
Mm.
definitely want to
Yes.
see what he's got.
We want to save all his
Tippity
parts.
This
Okay,
is the
so imagine
weirdest
now the
detect
party-
magic I've ever heard of.
Hey, I've looked at these boots really close up, so I know that they're quality.
Are those rhinestones? Wham, wham. Yes, they are rhinestones.
He's a rhinestone cowboy.
Excuse me, are those signed by Taylor Swift? They are.
Oh, that's funny. One-eyed Admin is a Swiftie.
A Swifty action.
Yeah.
No, we don't have those in this system.
Oh, my bad.
Search the body.
Yeah, what kind of boots?
It would be cool if he could just like chew on them and then like spit out. I gotta detect magic and +1 this.
Yeah,
plus
we
one
keep,
that.
I guess.
I like Drew's statement, right?
Albrecht, are you still able to, detect items and what they are?
I
That
can
tomorrow?
innately detect magic. Thank goodness I don't actually have to cast the spell. Because if I didn't take that feat, I would not be able to, but it's an innate thing, so I can just. So yeah, I can do my ping.
Ping it.
Yeah,
Like I mean
lots of stuff light up. You might want to interrupt the Happy Meal.
No, part way through, I turn back into a gnome and I'm just chewing on his hair.
No rest for the wicked. All right, I suppose you're right. We got work to do, getting this all sorted out.
I'm back! What the fuck happened?
And I'd imagine the locals will be along here soon.
Well,
As
here's
well.
the town's still burning around you. The smokehouse is still locked next to you, and you guys are like, oh, we have a little time to loot a body. And
No, it's true. We should probably put out fires.
Ah,
you want to check out the smokehouse?
Do the hero work. Is it smoking?
I mean, after we loot the body, we do have time to loot a body.
Yeah, we'll loot all the bodies that are there. Did we took one of those drakes down, didn't we? Like there's
Two.
Yeah,
Wait,
one
flew
ran away, yeah.
Yeah,
But
one
there's
ran
actually
away.
like
One at least died.
Yeah.
Did we kill the second one? Or
I'm
third?
sure no one's going to make off with any goodies.
So you're saying that we cannot loot the body? I understand. I hear
Check the news. Fire burns quickly. Sorry, Los Angeles, but you really do not have time.
I tried to eat the body so I can regurgitate it later, but apparently
Steve
that wasn't good
Gutenberg
enough.
would like you to leave your keys in your car and not loot bodies and get on with the rescue.
So I can cast telekinetic projectile as a cantrip. That allows me to move an unintended object that has a bulk of 1 or less. Can I move one bulk of water at a time?
We just throw buckets
where?
of water at you and you
From
just-
any water source? Can I just make myself a telekinetic water hose to put fires out? Can I do that?
One bulk.
No,
One bulk
because
is like
when
what-
because a water source is considered more than one bulk. The water would have to be removed a bulk at a time, stand alone as a piece of bulk, and then you
Oh
can
wait,
move it.
I have a cantrip, Ray of Frost. Was that applicable?
Well, that's the old rules. It's called frostbite now, and it's been changed.
Give me a perception check in the tower, boys.
I will give you that perception check, sir, because you asked. Oh, so
Okay. I have a cantrip called Eat Fire.
dude, I love that. That works so.
He's
Oh.
nomming around on the houses. The whole town's covered in frog goo, saliva, but we put the fire out. Okay. Hey, what do you want from us? All right. Glug Glug and Al, you hear voices and cries for help coming from the stone building next to you.
All right,
But
let's
they seem to
bust
be
in.
coming from the far side.
So, the building that is on the right-hand side of the map.
The actual smokehouse, the octagonal building.
Oh, the octagonal building. Okay.
Oh,
It's
okay.
below us.
Is there a
Facing-
door?
Chasing the sound to around the side of the octagonal building, gentlemen, you see a stairwell that climbs up to the roof and a door.
Can I be a gnome again?
Yep. You have to believe and click your froggy heels together 3 times, but we can make it happen.
I can chew on something if that helps.
Actually, read me Eat Fire. I want to see, while I'm digging up your miniature, if that actually would work.
Eat Fire. Trigger. It's a reaction. Trigger. You would take fire damage. Easily to trigger. Duration until the end of your next turn. You consume and ingest fire, making it less harmful to you. You gain resistance 10 to fire until the end of your current turn. During the duration of your duration of the spell, you can belch smoke as the action. The spell ends if you fail. If you fall unconscious, inhale or exhale. This includes speaking, belch. So you gain belch smoke. You then belch smoke one action. You exhale what remains of the smoke, ending the spell, creating a smoke cloud, 5-foot burst within 20 feet. All creatures within the smoke are concealed, and all other creatures are concealed to them. The smoke lasts for 1 minute until dispersed by a strong wind. Can eat the smoke. I can eat smoke. Yeah, it's all your interpretation on that one there. But I can eat fire. Pac-Man. Paka, 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 paka.
Interesting. So, we find the door to the smokehouse. A flat view provides an excellent view of the town of Cypress Point, and a cupola with several smoke vents sits at the center of the roof.
Sweet. Is the door open or is it locked?
It's locked. It's like barred
Okay.
from the outside.
Side,
So you guys can force your way in from the outside.
so we can lift the bar out.
Yeah, you can open it from.
So I'll lift the bar out of the barred door.
16 people coughing and hacking. It is a smokehouse full of smoke, all trying to stay close to the ground. Cower from the 6'5" nasty looking orc person.
Go this
until
way.
Realize that maybe he's letting them out, or that they're getting marched upon the ship. You're slave 1, you're slave 2, you're slave 3. Damn it. Someone's got to pay for that distribution system.
Yeah.
We prefer the term employees.
Oh, okay.
As opposed to slaves.
The air in the smokehouse is dry and filled with the odor of fish. Racks of preserved meat, mostly fish, put some pork as well, cover the walls and surround a large fire pit in the room's center. 16 prisoners were kept here, including some elderly. An elderly woman approaches our large champion and says, "Are you responsible?"
My mom didn't think so, but I'd like to think I've gotten better since I've grown up.
She says with a grin. "Well, I suppose you," and looks at the gnome who's like standing over at the corner of a building, doing his little puff up chest, like, "Okay, I got this." Trying to inhale smoke and fire.
Y'all should
Just
get
some
out.
fire.
Y'all
I
should
belch
come on
smoke.
out of the smoky building because it looks like
Oh, yeah, no.
stone, but it's on
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, people are. Well, the funny thing is even though there's a fire pit and smoky in here, this building is not aflame. There's a guy on top of it and the whole bit, and there's rubble around the buildings that have pretty much been burnt out already. This area has been sort of swept through and folded, and there's a lot of smoke, but most of the flames are off the map and spreading, outward, as it were. 16 prisoners, including the elderly village leader, Zerulaya, who introduces herself as a priest of Desna, and a diplomat from the faraway land of Nidal. They are in much better condition than the guys that you found on the Genie's Smile. And the town leader, after talking to our orc friend here, turns to her fellows and tries to start tending their wounds. And they start discussing what's to be done about the town and the fire. All the while asking our orc questions. Who is responsible? What's going on here? I need
You
to
know,
be briefed.
I am the least qualified person to try to stitch together the past 24 hours in this village. I have been sort of in and out, literally in, out, in, out. So I don't think I'm probably the best one to try to give you that reality. Is there a group of folk working on the fire? Because I'd love to go try to help put out these fires.
Well, you don't have to get all hokey pokey about it, but yeah, that would be great.
All right.
Time of day is it now?
You should talk to Albrecht. He tends to know a whole lot more about what's going on around here. And I point over toward Albrecht and then start trotting off in the direction of the fire.
Okay. She doesn't go looking for Albrecht. She continues to tend wounded as they filter out.
Yeah, I moved up to the conversation for sure. What time of day is it?
Fire time.
It's been a long few hours for me. I'm
daytime.
pretty tired. It's daytime? Right then. Good day to you, lassie. I'm Albrecht Stonechugger. I hail from Citadel Rainbow Unicorn Sparkle Farts.
Without even looking at it, like she's listening, but she's looking at the guy whose wounds she's tending, and then somebody will come up and she's like, join them, go, like she's directing people, like she's triple tasking and listening to your nonsense. He says, young one, are you responsible?
Depends on what you're asking about, but me and me mates came across your town burning, and we found a bunch of your people bound for slavery on a ship that was about to leave port. Now we stopped that, came into town, and did the best we could to waylay the slavers.
Hold on. You took the time to free them?
Of course, you don't leave people. Like, we just dealt with problems as we came across them.
Well, then you have my thanks, she says. Arnold! She yells at somebody, waves them back. A small group of the 16, about 5 burly dudes, were heading off to said ship to go check out the situation. She calls them back.
We encourage them to start taking care of fires on that side of town, so I'm hoping that that outside of what you see here, there's been a bit of containment.
Okay. Can I have some diplomacy in the tower from the lot of you? And
how much?
Let's see. Like one each.
I'm
going to roll 1 2 since I contributed.
Oh yeah, from the lot of you. I mean, like, not from what happened, from what's about to happen. All right. So, not wasting time on banter. They are particularly pleased to be freed. Zerlia immediately takes charge. This elderly, no-nonsense woman does her best to coordinate information about the slaves attacking her town, hence the diplomacy checks. You guys tell her what you know. She talks, they speculate, and you guys interject with, no, we freed them, or no, those guys are on this side of the town. You know what I mean? Like, so every time they try to make a blind plan from where they stand, if you guys have input, you tell them, correct them, and she comes up with a plan. And if you guys are willing to help, there is fire brigade, and it looks like we've pretty much driven off the slavers for now.
Can I ask a question of you, DM?
Sure.
My clan dagger has the aspect of water on it, and one of the gifts I have is lashing currents. Could I use my whip, because it's like a water whip, to put out fires?
Yeah, you could beat a fire with a water whip, like beating it with a blanket. Something like a house ablaze is going to be like a whole bunch of people with buckets. But
sure.
There are smaller fires that are...
I'll put myself at her disposal.
Sure.
To aid in putting the fires out.
If you can activate the whip and cut it off and have the water drop in a bucket or create water... you know what I mean?
No,
I mean, even if she creates water and then you throw the bucket high at a target, like somebody couldn't get a really good lob at a roof, but with your telekinetic projectile, try to hit the steeple, it would bounce off and it would be a good water drop. Like, using your spells is clever, you know, and you could literally have the gnome run inside a building and not put out a fire, but clear a path to anyone trapped.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? He could just eat his way to the second floor, and and such and whatnot. So like, I do appreciate you guys trying to use your heads and use your spells, but it's not so easy as like, we'll surround a building with a couple of cantrips and we've put out a house fire. No, it's really not that simple, but it doesn't mean these aren't cool ideas. And the elderly woman has some pretty brilliant ways to apply them. So now that you guys have killed their leader and his first mate, and freed the prisoners and wiped out the majority of slavers, if you guys are willing, what is left of them pretty much run away. They don't go back to the ship. Remember how we found some people outside of town that were trying to like run down some runaways? There's a couple of more, like patrols like that kind of thing, but they're insignificant. Like they bail or they just decide to retreat in the face of you guys. You know what I mean? They wanted slaves, and they wanted mayhem to cover them taking the slaves. Now the people are free to put out the fire. They don't have a ship to get to, or they could get on the ship and run for it. You know what I mean? Like, the day is pretty much won. Now is the laborious part of putting out the flames and this and that. And as long as you guys are willing, as opposed to like, nope, sorry, we had to leave, right? If you guys stay the day, the night, the day, or however long it takes to help the town, or do you guys want to run?
No, that's my vote, is to stay and help for sure.
I'd say the 10-minute.
I would agree.
That's fine. Of course, but if you want, I could take a 10-minute little napper there, and I go off the bones and run off into the forest and have myself a little snacker.
Once we get the fire under control and it's not getting worse, I would like 10 minutes, but I'm not gonna not throw myself into helping out while there is sort of an emergency happening.
Now if a 10-minute focus could give you power to aid the effort,
six potions I can give you if you're hurt.
Yeah, but like if you wanted to take 10 minutes to get a focus point so we could run over and like save someone's life with lay on hands that was about to die in her belt, that's worth the 10 minutes to me, right?
Yeah. So that's what I would want.
But I can't give you those 10 minutes right now because we will see you next time.
Don't die. Hang on 10 minutes.
Don't. Don't stop.
Hold on a minute. I need a minute to pray. Actually, 10.
You better get us off mute fast. We're coming hot and heavy with the lore.
What's wrong with your height, Ryan?
Well, I had myself at dwarf height. I realized that of all the things I've updated, I didn't actually update Morose's height on his character sheet. He was still at dwarf height.
What is the difference between dwarf height and gnome height? They're both
roughly 2 feet. At
2
least.
feet?
Yeah.
So they're both like 4 feet tall, right?
Well, no, I picture Moses came back as a rather short gnome.
Because you started as a dwarf?
Yeah.
So you're kind of
Well, for the way I see
a
it,
little gnome. Is that what? Is that the appropriate?
Muros identifies as like the infinity symbol. Yeah, there's alpha, omega, sigma.
So I guess
infinity.
so. What dwarves are probably 5 foot and gnomes are probably 3. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, no, definitely. And he's not 220 pounds anymore, a dwarf.
Only to his mama.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting leveling episode. Because after our party rescued the prisoners and were awarded their last major XP award of 80 points, that has put them over 1,000 XP, bringing up to 1,024. Which means, gentlemen, now you are now 10th level.
Sweet. All right, can you pause the recording while I level up here for 3 minutes? No, I'm kidding.
No.
Done.
I mean, I know exactly what it is.
You guys can start looking into it right now.
Sweet.
Done.
We're doing a live episode.
Live level up.
Of level up, as well as role playing, or at least discussing what's going on in the little town.
Andor
of Cyprus.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh.
Roll a Joe.
Joe's not here, man.
Ooh, 10th is a good level. Attributes,
really good
baby.
Yeah. Zelariah arranges for one of the town's families to shelter you, to give you a place safe to rest. Since she would have had you assault the Genie's Smile, which is already done, and checking out the boathouse, which you have already conquered, and its creatures, hearing rumors of arsonists headed that way, most of the calamity has been subsided, and with your help and the ceaseless efforts of prisoners downtrodden trying to save their town. First, we will speak of One-Eyed Ammon talking about a so-called business called Sunset Imports in Cantargo. She assumes that more information about the Scarlet Triad can be found there, and it would encourage you to follow up on that lead if you wanted to track down these slavers. One Halika Shadeborn, a merchant from Nadal, is traveling to Cantargo. This slight and slightly pointy-eared, brilliant emerald-eyed, pasty-looking humanoid of a dude, possibly a mixed heritage or something otherwise. I wouldn't say shyly, but reservedly. He doesn't expect that just because he's going that way that you guys would take him on. But he does say he's going to Cantargo. He does mention that he has business contacts there, and if you would guard him on the way, obviously the coastline is very dangerous this time of year, we could get to know each other a little better. And I could certainly use your company in exchange for my information of Cantargo. So he's willing to basically trade you what he knows and keep you on a safe route if you guard his ass, because he's just a merchant that got stuck in the middle of town here during the calamity. But before any of that is decided, and more role-playing and pictures of new NPCs, if not you want to travel with them, we need to go back in time to a certain detect magic spell, munch, 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 and spitting out a chain shirt, plain, a +1 striking great club, keys to the manacles, 3 sets, all marked with a symbol of triad, and a +1 short bow. Not a lot of arrows left because I shot a lot of them off. The glowing short bow, the glowing +1 striking great club, and a plain chain shirt is pretty much, and some nice boots. But unfortunately, as it's like if you had a guy with a skill, then he buys the cool trench coat or boots to go with it. You know what I mean? You got a loose cannon cop. He's got cool cowboy boots and jeans, and he's got the, you know what I mean?
Aviator glasses.
Exactly. They're a pristine item, but the magic is really in the man, not the item, but it's a cool item to have. So I'm still saying that this guy's got some pretty cool boots. but
would
they
like
will
his
not
boots.
give you any combat benefits because
They
all
will.
that kicking stuff.
They will.
Okay.
Confidence.
They give him confidence. Well, they are covered in your own blood from him kicking you. I'll tell you that.
That's right. I shall claim them and spend the evening rhinestoning them.
Remember those gems we found? Not anymore. I cut them up and turn them into worthless rhinestones. You're welcome. Look how good I look in these boots. Damn Skippy. So, speaking of leveling, now you do have to forgive the guys in the fact that they have to, do a bunch of reading, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah. You know most of mine. My archetype choices aren't great at this level, but I will pick up Smite, which will let me do more damage.
The smokehouse roof for 80, the smokehouse yard for 80, the boathouse interior for 90, the hold for another 80, the main deck. Okay. Will bring Karam up to 415, and will bring Fraser up to 190, and bring the rest of you guys up to 434. Well on your way to the next level before even entering Chapter 2. Now, these are guesstimates. I have to make sure that I didn't hold back or put forward or whatever, so I'll make some adjustments. I will double check my math, so those numbers could go up, those numbers could go down, but it does seem weird that you guys would be halfway to level 11 when you just hit level 10, so, but if you're lucky, the stuff will hold. So, with a bunch of clicking